In this session, let us see about the array of structure. You can create an array of structure to store multiple records of the same type. This is particularly useful when you need to maintain a collection of similar data items together. So this is the syntax of how to declare the array of structure. So struct is a keyword for the structure followed by the structure name, and you can define the structure members within the opening and curly braces. At the end of the curly braces, we can write down the structure variable followed by the size of the structure variable. So this is a structure variable array which we are going to create for the structure. And now let us see with an example of how to read and display the end student information using the structure. So first, write down the structure definition part. So struct, student is a structure name, and there are three structure members that we have defined: name, roll number, and CPI. So name is the character array, roll number is the integer type, and CPI is the floating point variable type. And now coming to the main function, as we have not yet created the structure variable, so we're going to create the structure variable within the main function. So first let me ask, how many number of records do I need to store to get the value of n? So getting the input for the value of n through the scanf statement. So I'm now creating the structure variable, which is an array. Yes, ARR of n is the structure variable array which I have created for the structure named as student. So now as I've got the input for the value of n, I'm going to use a for loop to run starting from 0 to n. So for I equal to 0, I lesser than n, I plus plus, I'll get the record for each and every student, n number of students through this entire statements within the for loop. So once I get the input for all the n number of students, now I can write on the for loop for printing out the n number of students detail. So I'm using a printf statement to print the name, roll number, and CPI. So hope you all remember that when I have to print or when I have to get the input for any of the members of the structure, then the structure member can be accessed by using the structure variable. So as structure variable is an array, so SARR of I dot name will help you to access the structure member name. So let me tell you the dry run for this program. So the program starts from the main function. So the user will get the value for n. So once the value of n is got from the user, it will enter into the for loop. So for I equal to 0, first it checks out whether 0 is lesser than n. So here n value is 3. Yes, 0 is lesser than 3. As 0 is lesser than 3, it gets inside the statement of the for loop. The user will enter the name, the roll number, and the CPI. Once the user enters, the same process is repeated until the value of I is lesser than n. And once it is done, we can print the name, roll number, and CPI for the n number of students by again using a for loop ranging from I equal to 0, I lesser than n, I plus plus. So once the condition is true, it will get inside the statement of the for. And we have used the return type as int for the main function. Hence, we have to return the integer data type, and there is nothing to return here. So we write the statement return 0. And this is a sample output that we have obtained for this program.